Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a plan with me for June 16th through the 22nd. And I'm using Citrus and Sunshine from Scribble Prints Co. with a Scribble Prints Co. orange foil bundle. This is the this is a confetti bundle. It's a sparkly orange, and I just thought it kind of turned out perfect for this set. I feel like you could either go, there's a lot of blue as well in the set, but I was like, you know what? I've never used the orange foil, so let's try the orange foil, and I think actually it turned out really fun and even added to the citrusy feelings, the orange in the set. So really happy I chose the orange foil. It's so sparkly and fun, and I color blocked as per usual and just did my usual stuff with my sidebar as well, my little checklist and my book. Although, again, I didn't read my book at all this week. I was still watching Sim streams, Miss Lollipop Sims streams, which I'll just call MLS stream from now on. I was really getting into her like legacy challenge streams. She had a bunch of them, so I was catching up. And then this week was also Midsummer, and I thought this actually turned out perfect set for Midsummer because it has those feels. You know, you've got the beautiful nature. I decided to pick out the double box that has like the hedge with the bicycle and picnic, just to make it extra nature-y, because that's really what Midsummer is here in Finland. Usually you go out to your summer cottage or mokki, and you spend time without electricity with an outdoor toilet usually, unless you have a real fancy mokki, and then, you know, you just chill out and enjoy the summer. So I think this Midsummer was actually pretty cold and rainy, and I know actually a lot of doctors were happy about that because less people had, you know, lake accidents, because usually mokki is on a lake. So I guess that was good, but yeah. It wasn't the sunniest, summeriest Midsummer this year, but we just had a really relaxing one at home as usual because, you know, we don't really have a summer cottage. Maybe one day down the line we'll rent out one. It's like a huge thing. One day we'll try it out. But right now we're fine to be at home and just enjoy the days off. You usually get Midsummer's Eve off, which is the Friday, and the Saturday is the Midsummer. So yeah, that's what we are putting in this week. And I had a new release this week, my hospital art, and I guess that was my last release. But I decided to take July off just to chill a bit because I have been very burnt out and very, I'll be honest, there was some stuff going around in the community that kind of like made me very sad and maybe not want to create anymore, but I'm not going to go into it. I'm still going to work on it. I needed a break, you know, because it was just getting like, I don't know, it was making me really sad for a bit. I'll be very honest, but yeah. Let's get into the day by day. That's enough of the base and without me going into silly drama things. So hello, I've put on some new nails because I put up a curtain last night. We got a blackout curtain for our living room to put over our back door so we can keep it open for the air conditioner and for Heidi. Here we have like built-in rails to put curtains on, and you have to like slide these little plastic clips in to get the curtain on, and it like totally broke off the top of this nail, like not my actual physical nail, but the nail of my sticker, like my gel plastic nail, and it was all jagged, and I was like, ow. So I changed them to these pretty sparkly ones. But yeah, so I was supposed to be reading Network Effect, but yeah, I didn't read it all this week. And then I got shop set done, I set up my new iPad, and I also did my very first stream. No. Did I do a stream? No, I set up my stream set up. So the next week is my first stream. But this week I had to set everything up. Set up the emote, the game capture card, and all of that. So yeah, that was fun. So first on Monday we have Coffee Monday, as always. But this Monday I actually woke up and had a nosebleed, which wasn't honestly not the best start of the day. I was just sitting there like having my coffee and morning stuff, and I was like, okay, I have to work today. And then I just suddenly felt like my nose was really wet. And I was like, oh, what is that? And I just like, pinch your nose just to see, like, oh, a little bit wetness. And it was blood. So I had a blood nose that morning, which I haven't had one in years. So that was fun. I was like, what the heck? I don't know. I guess maybe I was a little bit sick. I don't know. My nose capillary or whatever, blood just broke or something, and I had nosebleed. So that was fun. And then I did get myself to do some work. Like, it wasn't too bad, but I was still like, from doing that. But it's all good. So then I did some shop work because I had to get the set finished, you know what I mean? And then I was watching MLS streams, and I also, so I was working because, yeah, I was finishing up the set this day, so I just really wanted to finish it. So I just worked through having the nosebleed and then feeling really gross and horrible afterwards. Yeah, I was watching MLS stream. Let me write in nosebleed. Then I was watching the MLS streams while I was working and just hanging out. I also trimmed my hair, so I just cut off an inch off the ends, just to get rid of any like split ends or growth or whatever. So I trimmed my hair. And then we were rewatching Superstore during this time, and I got the listings done this night for the set. But yeah, when I trim my hair, I just do like the two like pigtails and then put it onto the ends so they're about the same, and then cut off that little bit of end. So super simple, good way to trim the ends. So that was Monday. On Tuesday, we did more work. I think I was starting on a custom now. So getting custom done for Andrea. So working, also setting up the iPad. Because that needed to be properly set up with all of my brushes and my palettes and my canvas sizes. Because I like to start from fresh when I get a new device. I don't do the whole move the device across, because I feel like it's just nicer to start fresh. So I was working on that as well as starting the custom for Andrea. Did some laundry and watching MLS streams again. Alright, so then we have again watching Superstore. And this night I think we made we cooked steak. Because we started like making our own steak at home. It's something easy and simple to make. We just get a super lean steak. And we just get one and share it between us for our dinners. Because it's super fast to make, and then we can make some vegetables and things on the side. So we made steak this night, and then I was playing Infinity Nikki because, the Playful season, the new patch had come out the week before. So I was playing lots of Nikki at this time. So that was Tuesday. On Wednesday, again working, trying to get everything set up and going on the custom. And again, I was watching MLS streams. And then for lunch, we made a BLT sandwich. Because Locke just air fried baked a bunch of bacon and had it in the fridge. So we can just put together some BLTs for lunch. So I'll put the stickers in and just have a little chef's hat for Locke. So funny. And we actually had béarnaise sauce for our steak the night before, so we put the béarnaise into our BLTs instead of mayo, and it was so good. Béarnaise is like a mayo, but I guess it's got more in it, but it's got dill in it, I think, or tarragon. I think it's tarragon. And it's delicious with a BLT. Oh my god, it's so good. Alright, and then that day we actually had a bit of a rainstorm, which was nice. Obviously, yeah, it was super rainy all during this time, like through midsummer, so yeah. It's just a cooler midsummer for everybody. And then I want to do this. I wanted to put 2 in here. But maybe we'll put Dreamlight Valley on a little thing. It'll be okay. Tiana will just have to fit in. Okay. So I don't have like a rainstorm sticker, so I'm just gonna use this thunderstorm one with some rain from PlannerFace. And then we put that in for watching Superstore. And then we have another sticker for Infinity Nikki. This from Bella Planella, although she just makes these for her and myself because she can't legally sell them. But they're so cute because they're official Infinity Nikki art. Yeah, and then we put Tiana in for playing Dreamlight Valley, probably because it was Wednesday and that's the reset for the shop and whatnot. Looking at the Dream Snap results and things for Dreamlight Valley. And that is the first half of the week. Not taking very long, so but, you know, not much going on in my life at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. Just simple life things at the moment. But that's okay. I think Play With Me is still nice to watch it. I like a show to play with me just so like I can really, you know, like I don't get distracted while watching, because I do that because, you know, I'm me. Anyway, so on I want to put a little thing. So on Thursday I had my new release of the hospital set. So that went up, and then I was working on the custom, and then I did the dishes. I didn't have a lot to put in this day, so I included doing the dishes. The dishes get done every single day, so you know, I usually don't put it in because it's such a small task. But when I don't have anything else to put in and I want to fill up the, like, not have too many blank spaces in the planning, the planner, I just put it in. So dishes. And then, okay, I'm going to put at the bottom. I was playing a lot of The Sims this night, so I wanted to use as much of this pattern as possible, actually, because I think it's so cute. I love this, like, this orange pattern. So, yeah, I was watching MLS streams, we watched Superstore, and then I played a lot of The Sims at night. So, that's all I got. But yeah, if I didn't include dishes, then I'd only have five things to put in. And I like it to have a little bit more than that, most of the time. So, let's put these in, and then I'll write them out. That is Thursday finished. So then Friday was Midsummer's Eve, so Locke had the day off. So I'll put in that. And then we watched Murderbot first thing in the morning because it comes up during the night for us. Well, it did when it was out. Oh, here's another thing. Maybe I'll use I'm considering, oh. This fingertip is still numb. It's been days and I'm so sad. I really hope my fingertip stops being numb because it is awful. I'm going to use a fancy label for Midsummer, just looking at how big my stickers are at the moment. Midsummer and how many I have to put in. Then we have Murderbot, and then we have MLS Stream. And then we have Superstore, yes, in there. So we had a very chill day. We watched a lot. We just hung around and watched a lot of like YouTube and TV. Oh man, I miss Murderbot already. I'm so glad it was renewed for another season because I need it in my life. I loved it so much. She's this grocery cart for Superstore because I feel like that's perfect. Superstore. And then the second half, we watched a movie this night, which was Austin Powers 1. I think it's The Spy Who Shagged Me or The International Man of Mystery. I can't remember which the first one is called. But actually, we didn't realize that we picked up the American version of the film. And it is actually heavily censored, the American version. So I will say, if you're gonna watch Austin Powers, the first film, you need to find the just any other copy, the British copy, the Australian copy, because the US version is weirdly censored. Like they cut out whole scenes from it, which are not terrible. They cut out like, so at the end of the film, like she smashes a vase over a guy's head, and they cut out him saying smashing afterwards. Like for some reason the smashing was no longer PG. I don't know. And they cut out whole skits of the henchmen. I guess if you've only watched the American version, you may not know that there's a whole iconic scene where he like runs over the henchman with the steamroller. That sounds terrible, but you know. But in the other versions, the one that I grew up with, then there's an extra scene right afterwards where they call the wife of that henchman and tell him what happened to him, and she's all like, "Why does no one think of the family of henchmen, of evil people?" and then they cut out a second one of those too about a different henchman. And I guess they thought, like, for the US viewers, it was just too real. It was too much to, you know, point out the humanity of henchmen of evil corporations. But I don't know. I was just like, wait a second, what? Half this film is missing. And they just they edited a lot of other things, like his reactions to stuff, to make it less dirty. So anyway, we had to rewatch the first Austin Powers film because we were like, what the heck is happening? Half this film is gone. So anyway, I recommend that if you're going to watch Austin Powers, try and get a British or Australian or whatever version, because yeah, I don't know. I never knew that it was like that censored in the States, but I guess it's not surprising. But anyway, I played The Sims and we watched the first Austin Powers film. This kind of started into our whole thing of rewatching like old comedy films that we loved. And it, you know, that was silly. And, you know, because we watched the rest of Austin Powers, and then we also watched Ace Ventura, The Call of Nature, so the second Ace Ventura film. Because I still really do like Ace Ventura, but the ending of the first film is pretty, yeah, it's not great. I probably can't say the word on YouTube, otherwise it might get picked up. But you know what I mean. It's dated as heck, so... I still love Ace Ventura, and I feel like if I rewatch Pet Detective, I'm just gonna stop at the moment that he has the realization of who the character is, because like that's enough. The rest of the film is really funny without that, so you know, it's just the aging of stuff, which I understand. Like I always try to keep in mind when things are made, so. Most of that stuff doesn't, I'm just like, yeah, I could put it into the critical view of old-timey things, but sometimes you just don't feel like rewatching that. So Saturday was Midsummer Day. I was playing The Sims, of course, and we were watching Superstore. Although I don't find Austin Powers too dated, to be honest. I suppose the whole Fat Bee characters would be like, oh dear. It's becoming the 2000s, yo, when that character, it is the 2000s when that character appears, and you're like, yep, that's pretty 2000s, but, you know, whatever. I don't think it detracts from the film, because it's a pretty over-the-top character, you know what I mean? I guess, I kind of want to use more of this pattern here, like the bigger box. So honestly, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, 'cause I can. Making up a song. If you can't tell, it's the morning, and I've literally just been talking to my camera for a vlog, and I feel like vlogging and being alone really works me up. Plus, it's hot as heck, so I'm out of it right now, peeps. I'm sorry. I was playing more Infinity Nikki. I got to play a lot more on the weekend. You know, I just had more time getting past my Sims stuff. And then that night I was watching MLS stream again. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about this. We made a chili in our slow cooker because we love a chili. Alrighty. So Sunday, finishing off the week. we first have doing laundry. I'm using like the stacked clothes sticker from that was included in the kit, but I'm pretty sure the laundry was just probably bedding, to be honest. Alright, I have room here that not to use a little thing, so I'm going to move some stickers around. Even though I've picked out little thing next, I'm just going to move that sticker downwards. Oh, why did I put it that way? Whatever. It doesn't all have to go the same way. But yeah, we've got laundry. We did a whole lot of cleaning of the apartment, you know. The typical Sunday cleaning of the apartment. And then this is my stream setup. I was just setting up all the card and my laptops and making sure OBS works, because that is what I use to stream. And then we had to do a lot of, you know, different stuff, and luck helped me out. This is so I can do my first stream the next Saturday. Alright, now I can get into my little things. So, Sunday we were watching Superstore. And then we got some Happy Mail on the Sunday. I think they did decide to do mail run on the Sunday because there was the Friday off. And sometimes they do mail on Saturday again now. So I guess they were, you know, they didn't want too much of a backlog of mail, so they did a mail delivery on Sunday, which is just not usual. You usually don't get mail on the weekends here in Finland or in Australia. So, but it was nice that they, you know, obviously they didn't want a huge backlog, so we got some mail delivered this day, and then we had noodle story for dinner because we felt like some noodles. And then I just watched that night MLS streams. Gosh, I'm so sticky. Like, I'm sticking to the stickers. I will be very happy when summer finally ends. I am not a summer girly. So let me put this. I should show you the second half of the week all completed. But let's put her into the planner and finish her up. I'm going to put some deco bits in so she can be all sparkly and pretty. Let me pull that out there. So cute. I think this is perfect for midsummer, even though midsummer was not at all like this this year. But I think this came out really cute anyway. I'm going to put the deco bits where I don't really have foil. So I don't have a foil script and I don't have a foil icon. That's where I usually like to put some deco bits, just to add a little foil elsewhere. And I was very glad I got to use some blue stickers up in this spread. You know, weirdly, I feel like I never get to use blue stickers half the time. So, yeah. It was nice to use some of these blue Infinity Nikki stickers in this spread. Maybe that's my key to my my hint to draw some more blue clip art, you know? Oh, that one went upside down and stuck to my finger. But yeah, overall a chill week. It was nice to just, you know, I got some work done, got a release out, did some cooking, some cleaning, so a lot of gaming. Didn't get any reading done. This is really like my reading. I wouldn't say it was a reading slump. I was just hyper-focused, hyper-fixated on these streams and finishing them, which was like detrimental to my reading, so I'm trying to work that out within myself. It's kind of why I'm kind of backing away from The Sims, because I feel like every time I start playing The Sims and start watching Sim streams like heavily, it actually negatively affects my life, and no other game or thing does this, so I just have a problem with The Sims. So yeah, I'm figuring that out at the moment, but I hope you liked this plan with me. I hope you loved this spread. I definitely do. It's so bright and so gorgeous. I love the art, and I'm so glad I paired it with the orange foil. I think it really makes it pop and go with the whole spread instead of going with like a blue or a green or just a normal color. But yeah, hope you liked it. Hope you have a wonderful week. Maybe post below some citrus, so like oranges or blueberries. I don't know if there's blueberries, but there should be orange emojis. So leave me an orange emoji down below if you've watched and enjoyed. But otherwise, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. I love you. Bye bye.